Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with
Michael Anthony Fitness.
And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, you know it doesn't work without you guys. Well, I'm down here actually going to go meeting with the structural engineer with the red brick house, so that way we can try and start getting this thing getting back to working on it. It's 200 years old, and this year I want to bring it back to life. You know, it's one of those things in life. You got time to do something, but you don't have the money. Sometimes you have the money, you don't have the time. That's just the way it works out. Well, we've got time right now, so we're going to be working on figuring out ways that we can start doing bit by bit on it to get it together. So the current situation, which is always the situation, is the bashing of Dak Prescott. So here we go. Chris Sims has gone on record and saying that Dak Prescott has turned down a $175 million offer. The devil is in the details in these things, because this is the same offer that we've all known about, but he's acting like it's a new offer. Basically what it is it's a $35 million a year offer with $105 million guaranteed, which is really 3 years. It's really a 3-year deal, but they're stretching it out to 5 years. Now, here's the key on this thing that most people seem to not understand. Look at how much things change in 5 years. 5 years ago, Drew Brees was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL at $18 million. And now Russell Wilson is at 35, and that was 4 years later. 4 years. So I'm seeing this other thing where somebody's saying that if Dak Prescott gets a $40 million a year deal, which is not what he's going to get, then he's going to end up being 20% of the salary cap, assuming that the salary cap stays at $200 million. Well, the salary cap next year is not going to be at $200 million. Okay, it's gone up $10 million every year. So they're shifting the way some of these things are described to fit a narrative. And when we hear that Dak Prescott is looking for $45 million in the 5th year, well, you know, if you had said, Drew Brees, we want you to get $28 million in the last year of your deal at 5 years, 28 would have actually been a bargain this year. You see where I'm going with this? When he was paid the highest salary as a quarterback at $18 million, if you had said he wants $28 million in the 5th year, that would be a bargain right now. And see, here's the thing. You've already seen guys cash in big time with short contracts. No quarterback out there signing 5-year deals anymore. It's not happening. So the Cowboys are trying to force down Dak Prescott's throat something that nobody else is doing, because everybody realizes that in 2022, the television contract is going to be redone. And you're talking about adding a whole nother week of football along with more teams in the playoffs. So the revenues are going to explode. It's not Dak Prescott being greedy. Not when you look at somebody like Matthew Stafford, who's already got $203 million that they've made in their career. Matthew Stafford has made $203 million. Sam Bradford has already made $130 million in their career. And you're looking at a guy who's only made $4 million. So the Cowboys are trying to negotiate. They're trying to get that extra year. And the reality is if you want that extra year, you're going to need to come up and pay for it. And that's only fair. And people will say, you're not a Cowboy fan, you're a Dak Prescott fan. Well, you know what? It's always so funny as all these groups talk about, well, teams that pay quarterbacks too much, you know, they don't have Super Bowl teams. Well, very rarely have you seen teams actually use all of the money, all the cap space in a year. And what we're talking about now is really peanuts. The difference of, you know, right now we're at 32.7. You know, 35 is what it'll be next year. But I can guarantee you the way it's structured, you'll actually get cap relief on it this year. Boy, I just wish we'd get this thing done so that way we can focus in on all the positive work that's actually gone on with the Dallas Cowboys this offseason and the direction that the team's headed. But for whatever, whenever, however, All they do is want to bash every single thing that the Dallas Cowboys have done. Oh, by the way, funny, they're not talking at all about Deshaun Watson wanting $40 million a year. Keep that in mind. You got anything to add, man? How you doing today?
I'm okay.
You're okay? All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.